Right on time. Right on time. Right on time. If you guys are out there listening, y'all know what to
Yeah.
do. Y'all need to share. Y'all need to subscribe on YouTube. If y'all want to comment on what we're talking about today, also subscribe on YouTube. You know what I
Let's
mean?
get
And
it. Come
your
on,
comments
jump
will
on
come
in
up.
this
You know
thing,
what I'm
man.
saying? Your comments will
Come
come
on
up.
now,
Let me see.
man. Talk to
That's
me,
my pages.
man. Talk to me now. Let me get some people in this thing real quick.
Y'all ready? Because as soon as I see a number come up, we gonna get started. As soon as I see it. I ain't got time to play with y'all today. Sure. That's all I'm saying. I ain't got time. I ain't got time to play. I ain't got time to play. And I ain't too proud to be. No. Hey, all right, all right, all right. Like you see, it's about to go down. Before we get started, no, wait, man. What you talking about before we get started? I'm about to go ahead and get started. I'm tripping. But we're gonna get started. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's gonna be a great show today. We're ready for y'all to, give us y'all opinions. This is reasons y'all on Fired Up Thursdays. You know what I mean? We want y'all opinions on the topics that we're talking about today. You know what I mean? You ready, fat boy?
I'm ready, man. Let's get to it.
All right, let's go, baby. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get it. What's up? We appreciate you guys tapping in. Welcome to Reasons on Fired Up Thursdays, where you can give us y'all reason on what y'all think about the topics we're talking about today. What's shout out? I see O's in the house. I see D Johnson's in the house. I appreciate y'all coming in. It's gonna be a great show today, man. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We are here, y'all. We are here. Big O in the building. DD Sis is in the building. What's the word?
That's right, man. We're looking forward to talking to you guys as well. Hey, so man, I kind of want to start it off, man. Black Friday. It's Thanksgiving weekend coming up and everything, and there's a big thing on Black Friday, man. It's going to be a pretty much what they're calling a blackout. Is that what they want to call it? Is that what they call it?
I haven't heard of you. This is the first time I'm hearing.
What? Is it for real?
Yeah, I haven't heard of it, man. I'm telling you, I've been working, y'all.
All right, so Friday the 28th, and this one's happening in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And basically, what this is kind of like put it to to the wealthy as far as spending our money. You know what I'm saying? And I hope this works. I don't know if it's people are really kind of touchy around the holidays. So but I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, the dates were from the 25th or the 26th all the way up until the 1st or something like that. Maybe even longer. I have to get the dates right or whatever. Where we're trying not to spend the black dollar. You know what I mean? Just to show, and just to show the effect or whatever, to put in a dent, I guess, in the economy or whatever, to let people understand that we count. You know what I'm saying? That this world rotates, because of a lot of us as well. You know what I mean? And it's not just for the black race, for the Latino race or the Asian. It's for everyone. You know what I'm saying? That basically don't agree what the billionaires are doing to us as far as getting them paid. You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. It's kind of like they get extra rich or whatever on these holidays or whatever, and yet treat the economy as if we owe them something. You know what I mean? So hopefully, man, I don't know. What do you think, man? You think this something's going to work out? You think it's going to put a dent? You think it's going to,
It always does. It always does. It always, they did it for Target. Target lost X amount of dollars. So, I mean, this definitely going to work. Will I be participating is the question. No, but
no.
Well, I only I only buy from places I own already. Like, so I only shop at Walmart. I own stocks of that. So I'm paying myself, yo. I ain't lying to y'all. Like, McDonald's, Coca-Cola products, I own Coca-Cola. I'm being honest. Vans, I own Vans. So I only buy stuff I own anyway. So I say that to say, how about we start doing that, right? Instead of showing the power of the dollar and taking it back, but how about we reinvest that into these companies and get and show how much and use our wealth and our influence to change these companies from within by owning a lot of stock and
owning some of the stock or whatever.
Yeah. Once
in other words, you're saying think a little smarter.
Yeah, because we could. I mean, what we do? We stop for 3 months and then go back to doing it. They know they're gonna lose out on a quarter, but we'll be back shopping the next month. I think that it's a great idea in theory, but I think we bigger than that. I think that we can start to put these dollars to work and really make these companies do what we need them to do. Because unless we just gonna stop, period, right? Unless you're just gonna stop buying certain brands, like I did with Nike. I ain't bought a pair of Nike and pair of Nikes in years, bro. You know that, right?
Why?
Because of the thing with Kyrie Irving. I literally, I still have some Nikes, but I have not bought a pair of Nikes since they disrespect Kyrie Irving with that.
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm kind of on the fence between the both, because I mean, ain't that what's happening with us right now? Is the disrespect of raising everything, shutting down the government. All of that is disrespecting the people of the middle class and lower. You know what I mean? So basically, how to get their attention or whatever, and letting them understand the value of our dollar or whatever, that actually helps get them, richer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on the fence, because I do get, your point. I get your point as, to think smarter or whatever, and invest in those stocks and the companies and stuff like that or whatever. But even doing that is still making them rich too. You do know that, right? When you invest,
it's all making them. Like I said, unless you're gonna, that's the point I'm making, right? You kind of played it to my point. It's like, unless you're gonna stop shopping at Walmart, period, right? It's like the niggas it's like when we riot, bro. We riot, we burn stuff down. Nothing really happens.
I'm on the fence because sometimes it does. Sometimes it does happen. Sometimes things happen. Just remember the riot with Rodney King. Didn't they get convicted? Right?
They did not.
None of them still.
No, that's why
I thought somebody still got.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Maisha's in the house.
what
What's
they
up,
did
Maisha?
do is they paid back for the Rodney. I mean, they did. That was what the riot was for because of they it was on camera. They beat that man. So
Mainly
my thing
because
is
right.
this,
I know
man.
that's why the riot started. Yeah.
We gotta stop becoming. This is just my opinion, right? I think that if the European and the White House haven't showed us anything, and I keep saying this is money talking, BS walks 1,000 miles, man. I think that our energy needs to go into either creating companies that put Target out of the business, right? Or we find a strategic approach to letting the 1% feel our impact. Like I said, I'm with it, right? Like I said, when they disrespected Kyrie, I stopped buying Nike. I ain't bought it since, right? Literally. So unless you own that, I'm on the fence with that too, right? A 3-month blackout, we back, and they back rich. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
So you don't think I am on the fence with it because I do think it's going to make some kind of difference as far. I mean, anytime you're losing money, you know what I'm saying, for a short amount of time, you know what I'm saying, is a difference. The thing is like, do we really need it? Is it $3 billion? No, but why not put that? But why not put that money? What I'm saying is, yes, blackout whatever for these big billionaire companies or whatever, and put the black dollars in the black business for the holidays or for
agree.
But
you know what are we gonna do that though? That's the thing. Are people gonna do that? So are people gonna like so? Because I live this. So when I go to my dad's house, I go to a black liquor store. So I'm doing this stuff in my everyday life, y'all. Right. So I don't have to buy black on Thursday, November through January. I buy black 365. Right. I'm always supporting my black people. Right. I'm always inspiring my black people to build brands, right? To dethrone Drew's in the house. But you can't I'm at the point in my life right now is I'm playing espionage right now. So take it as you leave. That's all I got to say about that. Right now I'm playing espionage. I don't want to get into I'm like our grandpas, man. I'm gonna take a piece of this pie. And they gonna kiss the ring when it's all said and done. That's all I feel. That's how I feel about it.
I got you.
I'm gonna get a piece of this pie, and I'm gonna show my people we can get a piece of this pie. And we don't have to boycott. We can literally start buying their brands, and like you say, take that same money and put it into other black brands, other black shoes, other black.
Well, and that's what I think the whole point of blackout. It's not of not spending money. Period. It's kind of like spending with your with your communities, feeling with your people. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing or whatever. And instead of these big corporations or whatever, and put a dent in those corporations, letting them understand in order to make or to earn our business with the black dollars or whatever, you something have to give. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of it, which I kind of get, but I'm not the type of person that does, that celebrate holidays like that to the point where I feel like I have to. You know what I mean? So if I know a black, restaurant that's serving on Thanksgiving because I'm single and you know what I'm saying, and I probably want to go somewhere to eat, I'm gonna go that route as going to a bigger, chain or whatever, and going to try, spending money with them, you know what I'm saying, which is overpriced as well. You know what I mean? Let's get some comments real quick. We got Drew.
Good comments.
Drew's in the house. Drew's in the house. What's up?
Drew.
Espionage. What's that? Oh, who's that? Oh, that was espionage. I said espionage. Drew said, I've been on the blackout since the government shut down, and I plan to be for as long as possible. The problem with it, though, is we aren't self-sufficient enough that we don't need to reap the resources these companies provide. If we had our own farms, make our own, and then there's a continue. Oh, I don't never see
make our own clothes, etc. Then it could really be effective long term. And so, Fish, you hit the nail on the head. I'm paying espionage. So right now. I've been telling people I want a farm already. I think that we got to get back to
talked about that last week.
The foundation. right? And like you said, even if you go into that black restaurant, right, Fuel, that black restaurant purchases from a white corporation.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Right? And so, and they're being overcharged because of that as well. Right? And I think that Fish made a great point in, instead of taking these black dollars and just purchasing in the black companies, let's buy some farmland, right? Instead of getting these $1 million houses and creating status, let's get some textile companies, right? Let's get some manufacturing companies going out. Let's get some e-commerce business that has the trades with China, right? And has those connections, establishing these trades with Saudi Arabia, right? What does that stuff look like, right? Instead of just trying to break the power structure, learn the power structure and how they won. And Fish said exactly how they do it. They got all their own stuff. Right? And it's like coming to America. I'm doing this, man. I'm trying to be to the point where he got his own money. And when I say he got his own money, he got his own money. I'm talking about coming to America to the point where how you've been seeing our superstars, and you can't deflate my image because I own my own farm. Right? You can't take anything from me because it's in my family trust.
Well,
you
then, but then too,
no assets because all of these things are covered and put in proper place. Right. And so I think that's what. So during this blackout, I think we need to be getting more financial literate. We need to start home gardens, right? Or researching
because there are black farms, black businesses or whatever out there, farming, like you said, farmland, cotton companies that make clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's there. It's just how much we're going to use it. How do we put them on top? You know what I'm saying? Make them a priority or whatever when it comes to our household, our clothes, our kids, our food, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like putting that up front. Espionage equal the spook that's set by the door. Elaborate there a little bit more. Oh, what do you mean by that? I don't know.
The spook that's set by a door is a book by an author by the name of Sam Greenlee.
That's a book? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And essentially the book is about a former gang member that uses tokenism to gain knowledge and information and come back to his community and mobilize the gang that he was a part of.
Oh, okay.
And at the end of the book, they pretty much create chaos and start a big war.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great. But the idea of essentially is wearing different faces, right? You can't tell everybody your plan.
Right.
Essential that. So I give a little bit bits and pieces, but I'm going for what Fish talking about.
Yeah.
I'm going for that. I'm purchasing those things because I think that instead of I see people spending $300,000-$400,000 on cars, man, and that's a farm in Indiana and Illinois, man, where you can produce self-sufficient and you can make that $300,000 a year off farming. Get the right people there. You don't have to become a farmer. You can just put the right people into play. And with farms and things like that, you can go to agricultural colleges and you can have students come there and learn and plant and do that stuff for free. Right. And just and then hire them on later on.
So I think the main thing is we need more of it and to show more of it in order for it to get the impact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because you don't have the advertisements that you have on TV. You know what I'm saying? You don't have all that. So a lot of word of mouth, a lot of easy advertisement and on the internet, social media and stuff. I think we need more of that to even know where these people are, who these people are. And once that gets out, of course, I think we can, kind of at least put a bigger impact than what we're getting right now. BP said, I'm with supporting the Black community because we don't support each other business 100. That is true. You know what I mean? I'm faulty of that. You know what I mean? And because sometimes too, it's like now don't get me wrong. Because sometimes you have Black businesses that's not, doing what they should be doing. No, I take it back. I ain't say doing what they do. Customer service. Sometimes people they don't understand the customer service. They don't understand the courtesy of and the money that we spend. You know what I'm saying? or I don't know. This just it's a courtesy, I don't know. It's just they don't understand the etiquette and the courtesy when it comes to business. Some business, I'm not saying all black business, but some of them are just kind of like don't understand that and don't take from what you see from these bigger corporations and incorporate it into their businesses or whatever, so they can also generate more business too as well. So uh it's going to take a miracle for black people to come together as one. That's a problem. You know what I mean? That's the problem that we've had, because we're being so what's the word? We're being so mechanically manipulated in certain, products and certain things or whatever that we see on TV, and then we listen to others or whatever, and everybody's trying to get their hustle on, and when they get the money or whatever, they want the big stuff or whatever that they see or whatever, as far as a house made, a house that's they can't afford, or a house that or a car that they can't afford or whatever, living beyond their means or whatever, as opposed to putting back and using money or whatever into their families for more generational wealth type of thing or whatever, So so that's what makes it hard, what I'm saying? But it all starts off in education. It's also, some of the things that I'm learning at my age or whatever, I didn't know at 21 years old. You know what I mean? And so I basically learned some of the stuff or whatever that I had once I got to school and college. You know what I mean? So it's up to us, especially us, is to teach our younger youth, our black youth or whatever, those things, especially when it comes to spending money, what I'm saying? How to spend your money, what I'm saying? How to save your money, where to invest your money. You know what I mean? That type of thing or whatever, as opposed to, oh, you got to have a Gucci because they advertise. You got to have a Versace and all these other big brands or whatever in order to be good, to be somebody, to see, to be seen and all that type of stuff. You got to get out of that mindset. You know what I mean? Because we've wasted a whole lot of money in those businesses. You know what I mean? So let's go with Drew. What'd you say? I see that in ATL. I see that in ATL, man, customer service is terrible. Yeah, they act like you need them instead of appreciating you as a customer. Drew, man, I'm gonna use this for example, and I'm sure you guys heard about it. There was Keith Lee. Keith Lee is the food critic on on social media, and he went to Atlanta. A lot of the restaurants that are getting, black restaurants that are getting a lot of business and pretty much successful, I would say. One of them is what's her name from the Basketball Housewives or whatever? What's her name? Niecy. What's her name that was in a group, the band?
Oh, you talking about Candy?
Candy, yes, that owns a restaurant. You know what I mean? And how they just treated their customer service and stuff he gave him a bad rating. He didn't want to go in or whatever because they wanted to treat him like a celebrity and skip against the other people, whatever, that was been standing there for hours, all this type of stuff. It was just kind of the courtesy of customer service and the politeness or whatever. He goes around and he, he checks on that. He don't get paid for anything. He pays for his food and everything, you know what I mean? And when he basically put this bad review out on them, what I'm saying? Of course, they hit the internet and basically went viral, of course, which all his stuff does go viral, then that says a lot. You know what I mean? That says a lot, you know what I mean? And especially for Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Because Atlanta, they do support a lot of their black businesses, you know what I mean? And so, but when you get those type of reviews of customer service or how you was treated and act or whatever, then of course you don't want to spend your dollars there. And that's what we need to learn, more of that.
That's a fact.
I agree with you on customer service. We stay mad at the world. That's what BP said. Then he said, what's that? Each one teach one, but our minds are programmed for self. Yes, yeah. And that's because of what we listening to and what we look at in social media. That's one reason why, But all in all, you guys, the blackout for Black Fridays, you know what I'm saying? If you can, and to me, to be honest with you, those deals are not really, really good deals. They're not that good of a deal, not to the point where I got to stand in line forever and all that type of stuff in order to buy one piece of or a TV or something like that, and then they get into fights. And ain't nobody got time for all that bullshit. So anyway, but of course, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you can support that or whatever, and if it's gonna put a impact on people out there, then please do. Please do. Please do. All right. Well, you know what time it is. It's about that time, man. It's history time with the boy Fat Boy. And we on KQ no music. So I'm gonna just sing. You want me to sing it, dog?
Nice. All right, y'all. Man, this man
Black
crazy.
History, black history and blackness with Fat Boy.
We got a segment of history and black. There's another special one I dug in the crates for y'all. This is Robert D. Bullard. He was born December 21st, 1946 in Elba, Alabama. He is widely known as the father of environmental justice, a pioneering sociologist, scholar, and activist whose work transformed national and global conversations about race, equity, and environmental policy. He earned his BS in government from Alabama A&M University, completed his MA in sociology at Clark Atlanta University, and received his PhD in sociology from Iowa State University. Bullard went on to serve as director of the Environmental Justice Resource Center at Clark Atlanta University and later as dean of Barbara Jordan Mickey Leland School of Public Affairs at Texas Southern University, where he continues to serve as distinguished professor. Bullard's groundbreaking book, Dumping in Dixie, Race, Class, and Environmental Quality, exposed how environmental hazards disproportionately impact Black communities and laid the foundation for the environmental justice movement. Over his career, he has authored 18 books, co-founded organizations such as the HBCU Climate Change Consortium and the National Black Environmental Justice Network, and played a critical role in shaping federal policy. His leadership has earned recognition from institutions around the world, including a Lifetime Award from the United Nations Environment Program, and in 2021, he was appointed to the White House Environmental Justice Advisory Council. This is History in Blackness, where we honor those who defend our communities, protect our future, and prove that justice is the true measure of progress.
That's what's up. That's what's up. History and blackness, man. So, did you talk about the one of the cases that they won?
No, I just want to give you. You want to talk about
Surface Southwestern Waste Management, and basically there was a lawsuit that was charged for environmental discrimination in the waste facility citing under the civil rights law in Houston. Middle-class suburban Norwood Manor neighborhood was unlikely located for a garbage dump, except for it was over 82% Black. And he fought, of course, and they won against that or whatever, So that's one of the things that basically he was actually known as well, as well. You know what I mean? So kudos to him. And he's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, 78 years old. You know what I mean? So let's give him his flowers now, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's give him his flowers now for the work that he's doing. You know what I mean? We got comments. Let me see. We got.
He looked like fool.
Customer service. We stay mad at we got that. Each one. You said he looked like who? He said he looked like me. Actually, kind of look at it. It do kind of like. Yeah, if I had a little more hair, so the head almost looked like mine. That might be my uncle. I didn't realize that. That's funny. I should pull up another picture. Oh my God. What you say, Marshall? The pic you posted of your dog. Man, what this dude, man? or your daughter the other day now that she's over 18. Like when man, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna whoop your ass. You quit asking about my daughter, man. So I fuck you up. Talk about granddad. I'll whoop your ass. Anyway.
Hey man, Marshall
That's
ass
Marshall,
crazy.
man. Get on my nerves, man. Get on my nerves. All right, man. We're gonna get into the main topic. You can see what we're talking about. Are you mistaking comfort? Are you mistaking comfort for genuine happiness? That's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting to talk about. But you know what? We're gonna talk about it in just a few minutes after these short little messages. Y'all know what it is. Be right back.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to tnrcreations.com. I am the proud owner of this phenomenal gift shop. Y'all gotta check us out. We have bags, we have water bottles, we have photo slates, we have name-meaning plaques, and so much more. I would love to have you as a customer. Check us out, tnrcreations.com. Thank you for your support.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? TNR Creations, y'all. It's the holidays, of course. So, go ahead and order y'all gifts. Order y'all gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's a black business owned. That's one of the things we need to spend our money at. You know what I mean? At a black business. And if you do so, you get a 10% discount if you add the name Fuel at www.tnrcreations.com. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, man. Let's get into this topic, man.
Let's get it. You got a video for us at least?
For the main topic, I don't have no video. It ain't no video, but it is about, are you mistaking comfort for genuine happiness? Do you find yourself saying, I'm happy, but still feeling a nagging sense that something's missing? Perhaps this happiness is just a well-disguised comfort, and what we mean by that or whatever is sometimes, people, are just kind of stag, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna kind of go over a little bit, of the definition of comfort, which is often described as a state of ease and safety where one feels relaxed and free from stress. It can lead to a sense of contentment, but does not necessarily equate to happiness. Too much comfort can result in stagnation, right? Where individuals may avoid challenges and personal growth. So that's kind of like what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like learning the difference between being really happy or just comfortable. In some of our relationships, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just happy and comfortable and feel stagnant because they don't try to exceed where they are, and how far that they can go, and sometimes that's what can cause problems in a relationship. I see a comment for I'm ignoring Marshall. But there's, like I said, there is a difference, you know what I'm saying? Some people confuse happiness with comfort. They both are entirely different feelings. The simplest way you can understand the difference is by realizing the comfort is a part of happiness. Comfort, and don't get us wrong, comfort does not mean that you're not happy. You know what I mean? Because somebody can be happy within their comfort or what's on or whatever, but they're also stagnant. They're kind of like, just going to stay there. They're not going to go grow. They're not going to get, exceed from there or whatever. And then sometimes that comfort can turn into depression because you're scared to move forward. You're scared to go, further than that, But I am going to name a few things or whatever that basically the difference, especially of what happiness is, which when you are in the comfort, you do not feel excited over something. You just feel normal and relaxed. When you are happy, you're very little, there's very little things that makes you feel excited and full of enthusiasm, happiness grows internally. Being comfortable is, like I said before, is stagnant. So happiness has no limit. It can grow endlessly. The feeling of being comfortable is limited. You can feel comfort at certain levels. You know what I mean? That's why I said it's like you can be happy at times, but then, like I said, at a certain level, and you just basically stuck at that. You know what I mean? So there's a big difference when it comes to that, you guys. And the reason I wanted to talk about this as well is because um, you have relationships, you know what I'm saying, that are just stagnant and just comfortable because they're comfortable with that person. You know what I mean? And not to the fact that and they're scared to move on because they don't want to be alone, but they're not really happy, you know. And if you're really trying to go for happiness or whatever, you got to get out of the comfort zone, and you got to understand that maybe temporarily when you leave that person, it may be exactly what you need in order to retrieve that happiness that you want, you know what I mean, and that you're looking for, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of people, don't I can't say, well, a lot of people don't understand that, what do you think, Fat Boy?
Yeah. I think that a lot of people confuse comfort for happiness, comfort for happiness. I've come to learn that, excuse me, y'all. I've come to learn that when you're constantly, I wouldn't say seeking for happiness, but when you're constantly seeking for your best self, you realize that you shine in discomfort. So realize that seeking for comfort, you're not being your best self. And so what I learned is whenever adversity or challenges come, is happiness is on the other side of that. Now, comfort, because comfort can get you complacent with just temporary happiness. But I think growth is the happiness that you get from your personal growth and your own personal development is different than a situation, than a relationship, right? Because as you grow, your happiness grows, your confidence grows, your faith in yourself grows, and that will make you happy, and that will make you comfort in the discomforting times because you're comfortable with who you are, right, as a whole. So I think that we have to embrace discomfort and make it comfortable for us, because like I said, happiness is on the other side of discomfort.
Yeah. I've had several friends. I got several friends that's been in relationships for a long time, even in marriages for a long time, and the one thing I have learned is that person is not happy. I've learned they're comfortable, their bills are paid, their cars are paid, their house is paid, and all this type of stuff, but they're not happy. You know what I mean? And so the purpose of me talking about is to kind of at least let you how to achieve happiness, without not to say, oh, you got to break up with somebody or whatever and all that type of stuff. And I ain't trying to say that and put that out there on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that if you really want happiness, these are some of the things that you can do, a lot of people ask you like, what is wrong with, with being comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And for a reality check to really be answered, the body, we are meant and we are adapted to new circumstances. We're meant for that, you know what I'm saying? And not to stay in the forever, you know what I'm saying? In that forever, you know what I'm saying? The way we are living nowadays is in, ways that that's not natural at all. You know what I mean? Just like animals adapt, you know what I'm saying? Just like animals that, you know what I'm saying, they're never really comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They always preoccupied with survival, you know what I mean? And fitness and all that type of thing. The same thing is with us, you know what I'm saying? We can be preoccupied with survival and fitness and things like that or whatever in order to kind of be happy, you know what I mean? If y'all follow me, I hope y'all follow me. You know, I do have. Let's see. There's 2 lessons we need to learn in the recent events: are beware of comfort and always be ready to change. You never know what can happen, and that's been proven by many of times. You know, because sometimes you stay comfortable in something and not really know how good it is on the other side. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you ever been with somebody for a while, whatever, and then after you end up breaking up with them, and then you'll be like, find someone else, and you'll be like, oh damn, you know, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm happy that I actually left that last person alone because I would never have found this. You know what I mean? So you do have that. What you got to say? What you got, Drew? Drew said, "What makes us happy changes as we age. Yes, as we change and evolve. To stay in a relationship, each person has to maintain a level of unselfishness. Yes, to keep pushing each other towards their goals.
Facts.
Exactly, Drew.
Facts.
That's what I'm talking about. You hit it right on the nose.
That's
exactly.
It.
You know what I mean? And you just can't stay stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if that's what you want.
And that can be, and this the thing, and that can be uncomfortable, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That can be uncomfortable. However, like Fish said, that's where the unselfishness comes from, because you're doing it, you're selfless, right? And you're doing it for not just yourself, but you're doing it for your partner as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, to be honest with you, man, because I've had people, it's crazy when you do when you do talk to someone or your friends or whatever, and they're unhappy. You know what I mean? And it kind of bothers me that they're unhappy because they're scared to take that step. They're scared to take the step to go outside of that. But then yet they're constantly complaining how unhappy they are. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that kind of bothers me. You know what I mean? When it comes, and that's one why I want to talk to, especially of those of my friends that I know that probably is watching. You know what I'm saying? Is sometimes you have to take that step if you really want to be happy. But if you're going to stay, you're going to be comfortable and just stay, whatever that person that you're with is not fulfilling what you need in your life, and you're going to, unless you stay until you grow old, until you're 70 some years old and can't do nothing or whatever. And, finally you go on a boat trip or whatever by yourself, you'd be like, oh shit, this is what happiness is. But then now you probably ain't got longer to live, but still, you wasted a lot of time. So, hopefully just not waste a lot of your time. D, what's up? D's in the house. D says, sometimes we are seeking comfort and not happiness from each other. Yeah, from other people.
I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. That's a good one.
I agree.
That's a good one.
And she said, also feeling comfortable with people make me happy, but that comes with reflecting on my emotions. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Feeling comfortable with people makes me happy, but that comes with reflecting on your emotions. And basically, that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? Is things that reflects on your emotion that's going to make you happy, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? But that's what's up, D. I appreciate you tapping in on it. Got anything else on there, man?
That's it, man.
That's all you got, dog? That's all you got?
That's all I got today.
Man, all right. Well, let me give y'all something else real quick. This is one of the ideas that could be a solution, okay? What you have to do is to trust your instincts. Sometimes to survive, you just have to take quick decisions and risk being wrong, Because, sometimes you get out there and you don't, or you scared or whatever, and it might not go the way that you want that first time, you know what I'm saying? But keep on pushing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Search for that happiness if that's what you really want, you know what I mean? What's the other one? What's another one? Not taking action can prove to be worse than doing something wrong. At least you're doing something, and from there, you can rectify things. Exactly. How to change? Be honest with what you feel. Replace stress and anxiety with deep emotion. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main things. Be honest about what you feel. especially with someone when you actually, if your conversation and you're trying to be happy, and that person that you're with is end up going into a argument, a constant argument, or ignored, your feelings being ignored or whatever, you know what I mean? That's when you know you got to make some changes. That's when you know you got to make some changes. Wild D in the house. How about rerun? What are you talking about, Marshall?
He being
Marshall, get on the
talking about
get on the topic.
Talking about what's happening.
Yeah,
his ass crazy.
Get on the topic, man.
His ass is crazy.
We'll do dating game in the next new month or two. The dating game.
We're gonna get to a girl. Over
I know
here,
you up here trying to get a girl. Sir. You better quit talking
get
about my daughter.
something to you, man.
What else?
Get something over there to you, man.
Do something to you.
Get something to you, man.
What else we got? There was something else you guys had as well as when it comes to being comfortable and happiness. And I guess I was how to be happy, It was an article I seen, but I don't see it right now. But go ahead.
I think Fish made a great comment when he said something in the comment. Happiness grows as you grow, right? It changes what makes you happy, right? When you get older, being around family just can be happy for you. So I think that number one, you have to find out what brings you pure happiness first and not the material things, right? I think Dee also made a great point about are we searching for comfort in people? Or are we searching happiness for ourselves? And if we are searching for happiness in ourselves, like Dee said, you have to reflect on on those raw emotions you feel to be able to be comfortable with yourself, to then be able to seek real happiness. Because a lot of times we think that hanging out with people or being in a certain relationship is bringing us happy because we're comfortable there, right? But it's not. It's not. We're not growing, and so I think that happiness is subjective. I think that for each person is different.
And this is also too, this plays with your mental health as well. You know what I mean? This is the things that plays on your mental health and your mental going forward in your life, and some people may not see it that way, but that is, one thing that happens. Your mental ends up, in depression, or if you're not, especially if you're just happy and just comfortable and not happy about what's going on in your life, what's going to be in your future and what you're looking forward to, all that kind of stuff. And that's how people ends up in depression, because they feel like they just stuck, What Drew said, go ahead, Fat Boy.
Drew says sometimes one partner is pouring more into the other and expecting that in return, causing resentment. Absolutely. And I think that's when it's time to kind of bounce. For real. Not kind of. I think it's time to have a real conversation about what you all are doing. Yeah.
With that, Drew, as well, when you said sometimes one partner is pouring more into the other and expecting that in return. Yes, that's exactly. I ain't gonna name my friends. That's exactly what a couple of friends of mine is doing. They do things or whatever, and they basically, not to say that they argue but they are upset because that partner is not giving anything in return. And sometimes people just have the heart of helping, the heart of doing something or whatever, but not receiving anything, back. Or whatever, and then that's when it causes you to just be comfortable with where you at, because you're not doing anything to go outside of that to make yourself happy. And that's what you have to do if you want to be happy. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I get from my friends when they're pouring their hearts out to me as to what's going on with their lives or whatever, not being happy. And just being comfortable. Because I always ask, I'll be like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just, there's somebody else out there for you. Why don't you just go and you got to take that risk. You got to take that chance, because either that you're just going to continue to feel the way you feel for however long that you feel until you get fed up. And then what happens when you get fed up? it goes into a big boy argument. What a big boy argument goes into a fight, and then that can get violent or whatever. And you just escalated all this stuff that you could have avoided long time ago. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have all that buildup of years that you basically spent in with this person or whatever, and end up blowing it all up or whatever, and getting into a big old fight or whatever. Sometimes, because some people don't just leave, voluntarily and be like, okay, baby, it ain't working. It's been 7, 8, 9 years, and it ain't working. I'm gone. No, it don't happen that easily. Especially if you the one that's been pouring in all the, the work. When you've been doing all the work and everything, it don't happen that easy, because that person either is trying to do something to hang on or belittle you or whatever to make you feel like that you're the wrong one, all this type of stuff. And then it all boils down to the same thing. You're not happy. You're not happy. What D say?
Didi says, my 100% is not the same as someone else's 100%. We need to understand people more and decide if we can accept what they bring or not. Facts. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. That's
exactly.
it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And if you accept it, silence is acceptance. So if you ain't saying anything different, then you accepting it. That's it. I agree.
Yeah, which is not a good thing. But silence being acceptance is not a good thing, because you're gonna only be silent for so long. And then you're gonna find out, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? We ain't on the same page, So you got to be open right up front, you know what I mean, when it comes to that. My happiness is not going to look like your happiness. And did she say that already?
No.
Oh, no. And that's why comparison is a thief of joy. Facts. Exactly. Exactly.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm. Real quick before we get off this subject, this is some of the things, man, that can hopefully bring you happiness. You know what I'm saying? Because if you compare the feeling between comfortable and feeling or being happy, everyone knows that happiness is going to win, right? You know what I mean? You're going to rather be happy or whatever once you actually compare the two and find out, oh shit, I'd rather be happy than just comfortable with somebody. You know what I mean? Happiness brings smiles to your face. Comfort won't make you smile. You know what I mean? Comfort is just being content with whatever that's going on or whatever, but it's not really making you smile. You know what I'm saying? So when you are happy, you smile, small eyes, in some cases being comfortable. This does not happen. Comfort is feeling where you are extremely relaxed. That's basically what it is. All right. Happiness is also feeling from a depth of heart. Comfort is everything outside. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, or whatever, instead of you going into a depression and stuff like that because you're just in comfort, seek that happiness, man. Seek that happiness. Marsha, we get your stupid sense of humor. We got you. I got your sense of humor, dude. We just ain't got time for it today, man, for your little stupid sense of humor. Anyway, so I just wanted to bring that to you guys. I wanted to bring that forth to you guys, whatever, because we're going into the holidays. You know what I'm saying? We're going into the holidays, and I want y'all to be happy. I want y'all to find somebody happy for the holidays and not just be comfortable with who you with. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Be comfortable. I mean, be happy with who you with, that type of thing. And just being with somebody just to be with somebody, that type of thing. Make it a new leaf or whatever, for your resolution for New Year's or something like that or whatever, that you're going to be happy and not just comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can be happy and comfortable. Don't get it wrong, but you want the happiness. It's what I'm saying, So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on that, man. Anything else you got on that, fat boy?
No, that's it.
That's what's up. All right, man. We got a dear brothers and sisters coming up as well. This is interesting. I don't know. We got a lot of fellas on here. Ladies, I want y'all to comment on this as well. See, guys, what you think. I'm gonna give y'all just a little snippet of what we're going to actually talk about. If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. Can I bring it in? All right, here we go. This is going to be for our dear brothers and sisters. Just a snippet of basically what we're going to be talking about, you guys. Here we go. Oh, shit. 1, 2, 3.
He got a sleeve, a car, and ain't broke no more. Like, nigga, was I holding you back or?
Yes, absolutely. No, without a shadow of a doubt.
You break up with a nigga and all of a sudden he got a sleeve, a car, and ain't broke no more. Like, nigga, was I holding you back or?
Yes, absolutely.
See, I play it one more time.
No, without a shadow of a doubt.
You break up with a nigga and all of a sudden he got a sleeve, a car, and ain't broke no more. Like, nigga, was I holding you back or?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, y'all see the reaction of that, right? Because that's real true facts. That is true facts. So the question was for dear brothers and sisters, you guys. The guy, he said, I was with my ex for 3 years, and when we broke up, the following year, my business started to thrive. Now she's upset because I told her she was the reason I struggled. I was wrong. Was I wrong for that?
Nope.
Was I wrong for telling her that?
No, I'm gonna be respectful. It depends on how you told her. Honesty is always key. I think that a sense of accountability is what she needed. If you want me to be honest, I wouldn't say that she was the one responsible for it. I just think that she was taking away your time from executing. And so to answer the question, was he right or wrong? I think that's based on how you told her. I think your truth is your truth. And if she was the reason why you were struggling, she was the reason why you struggled. That's it. That's period. What you think?
When you've been with somebody that long and we're not able to exercise your dreams, exercise your goals, and all it was involved was you spending time and not accomplishing anything. It's the fault of it's the fault of both of you. It's the fault, it's the fault of both of you because one, you guys didn't have the right communication.
I like
two, you didn't how can I put, you didn't discuss what you wanted and work towards it as you was in the relationship. You know what I mean? In other words, it's kind of like, you basically let things go and you struggled or whatever because you wasn't vocal enough about what you wanted in that relationship, and sometimes, the female, I'm gonna just go big off because I only know it's the female, sometimes the female is the one that's actually helping you in other ways, but in the ways that you didn't need. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't in the way that wanted to help you succeed, because she was not there for what you really needed. She was there for, maybe she made you dinner every day or whatever. You needed that. You wanted that for now or whatever. So you took whatever was happening else in you guys' lives or whatever and stayed comfortable, as we talked about, you know what I mean? And instead of, being honest with each other to go forward, I guess to really say that I started working more towards my business after I've gotten out of a relationship because I couldn't do what I wanted to do with that person. You know what I mean? And when I got away from that person, my concentration, my energy, me being happy or whatever, got me going to the point where, okay, I'm gonna make this happen. And it's not the fault of the person that I was with. It's not their fault. It's my fault because I didn't put my foot down and say, hey, this is where we at. This is where we got to get to, or I'm not happy at this point where we are, whatever. And if we're not going to go forward, then I do not want us to be together. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes you have relationships to the point where the person goes outside, go out and with someone else or whatever, and that woman has a better understanding, a better communication, you know what I'm saying, and y'all thrive, you know what I'm saying, and they thrive the week because of that. So it's really the fault of both, to be honest with you, is what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't use the right tools and the communication or whatever to start moving towards that goal or whatever to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on that. What you guys say out there? Which I got. Drew says
it's his fault,
but she was the reason. That's two different things.
Yep.
So it's his fault, but she was the reason. That's two different things.
It's his fault for staying with her knowing he was still struggling, and she was the reason he was struggling. But he knew it was his fault. Reason why he was struggling, because he told her that she was the reason why he was struggling. So
right.
I love that. I love that Fish, because those are two different things, right? And I think that when you don't put it that way, you kind of give the other person power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was my fault for staying too long, because if I would have got, I would have been seeing the success that my business had. Now, it does not take away from the fact that she was the reason I was unsuccessful, but I have to make the ultimate decision to decide for success or not. And this is for men and women.
Oh yeah. So that's to be honest with you, and when you end up with a breakup like that, like the attitude the lady had, whatever, on the video, it's kind of like you can only be happy for that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad because when he was with you, he was struggling, he was broke, he was doing this and doing that or whatever. Because when he was with you, it obviously was something going on to the point where he couldn't go forward. You know what I mean?
She probably was begging.
Well, I mean, not only that. Sometimes you end up with somebody with kids. I've done it when I was younger. I was with someone that had kids. You know what I'm saying? And that person needed me to be there for them and the kids or whatever. And that takes a lot of time. So your dreams and your whatever, you know what I'm saying? All you doing is working, bringing home the bacon or whatever, and trying to take care of home. But then the dreams or whatever is on stag. It's on, it's on hold, And then once you end up, because of the fact that you're not getting what you want, it ends up into escalating into an argument, escalating into a breakup. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now, now I can breathe. I can go do what I need to do. I can go do what I want to do. This is where I wanted to be, as opposed to me being on the same page with my girl and saying, hey, let's sit down. I need to, we need to work towards this. What do you think? Are you there with me for that? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not there with me for that, then I get it. And we just break up on a mutual level. You know what I'm saying? And then we break up on the mutual level and I succeed at it or whatever. Yeah, you're going to be mad because you didn't believe in me, but that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? That's your fault. So yeah, so it can work both ways. We got a comment. What's up? Sometimes priorities change. Yes, that's what I mean. That's what happens sometimes within a relationship.
And that's where the communication comes in.
Yeah, the priority changes or whatever. But then too is sometimes you can try to be there for somebody or whatever, and temporarily just so you can get to a certain point in your relationship or whatever, to let her know that I'm there for you. I got you or whatever, but I need to get to here. I need to do this. We need to do this. You know what I'm saying? Present that you got to have this presentation and the point to where she can believe in you and have your back. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, the less women see you doing something, that's the only way they got your back, really. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh shit, okay. I see you got that going. I see you got that. All right. Damn, I got you. You know what I mean? What'd you say, D? Go ahead.
D says, the only thing that matters is something good came from the breakup. Congrats on the success of the business. You were supposed to believe in yourself. Good job.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But yeah. But for her to be bitter, I don't know.
Who cares?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you guys for sending us the dear brothers and sisters. This is pretty good one. This is a pretty good one. You know what I mean? And if you guys got a dear brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, drop us a video or either a text or something in our in our email at firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com.
That's because you ain't supposed to be good. You over there stuttering and all that.
I stutter like y'all be stuttering. Email. You said, yeah, that's right. I had a thought like, I ain't supposed to be talking about that. That's Fat Boy's job. All right, well, go ahead then, Fat Boy, do it.
Man, no.
You done now.
Any videos.
There you go.
Any dear brother, dear sisters, make sure you send an audio, 30 seconds, no longer than a minute, or you can just send a text, titled Dear Brothers, Dear Sisters, send it to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. And we'll be looking forward to hear from y'all. Make sure you title it Dear Brother, Dear Sister.
That's right. Shout out to my cousin that he's having a safe trip on the way back to Kansas City.
Shout out Black Lift,
for our aunt's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you got my condolences. I send our love and flowers and everything, man. So wish I could have been there, man. But the tickets ridiculous and these flights is crazy these days. So I hate the fact that I had to not be there, but I'm gonna be there in spirit and online. I will be there online, FaceTime or whatever. So shouts out to them and have a safe trip on the way to Kansas City, man. That's gonna do it. Oh, we got Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving special for y'all next week. So tune in while y'all eating y'all turkey next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and check out the show and then spread the word too. Spread the word to everybody so they can come in and check it out as well. Our numbers are going up and we appreciate you guys that basically come in and then subscribe and all that good stuff. Where we appreciate you. Love y'all for that. And trust me, you're going to see it grow more and more and more, whatever. So that's what's up. And our day ones, we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Didi, Drew, BP, Crazy Marshall, Moms, all of you guys. I appreciate you guys tapping in. Marlon when he comes in, you know what I'm saying? All you guys, you know what I'm saying? We got much love for you guys and we're thankful for you guys or whatever. So have a happy and lovely Thanksgiving next week and be safe. Be safe. And don't spend no money on Friday unless it's on Black Friday, unless it's for the black folks. How about that?
I'm with that.
What you got? You got anything, Fat Boy, before we leave?
Oh man, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for, like you said, our major supporters. Marshall's a good brother, man. That's our brother from another mother, man. Our college buddy. So shout out to Marshall, always supporting us for years. Man, y'all have a safe holiday out there. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see y'all Thursday. But man, enjoy y'all week. I'll see y'all next week, man. I love y'all.
That's what's up. And remember,
if they talking about you behind your back,
they behind you for a reason.
Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving.